is the horse of the apocalypse.
When you hear all the stories about this airport and the creepy shit that's happening here.
Oh man.
Homeland Security is currently at orange. Please be aware of the increased threats and report any unattended baggage and suspicious behavior to the nearest airport employee, law enforcement officer, or TSA representative.
How do you guys feel about the naked body scanners at the airports now? You hate them.
This is the way it is. This is what we have to accept, and, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry.
And the enhanced pat down.
Don't like that either.
I love it.
You love going through those?
Yes, I do.
Do you like the radiation, or do you like people checking you out?
Oh, I just love them checking me out.
Hot. It's really hot. No, it's disgusting.
You, an individual person, do you feel violated? Do you think it's necessary? Do you have safety concerns?
Usually I just keep thinking about my destination where I'm going, and I just try to black it out and then call my therapist when I get home.
Possibly exposing you to dangerous levels of radiation.
I think that's really a good thing.
Yes, why is that a good thing?
Well, because guys like you know, you need to be exposed to radiation. It might help you out.
They want to look under your clothes and make sure you don't got a dirty bomb in your Wonder Bra.
I almost wore the same thing. It's crazy right now. Yeah.
So, sir, do you feel relieved that they dismissed the pilots from having to go through the body scanners?
No comment.
No comment? So how do you feel about the naked body scanners at the airport?
I don't like it one little bit. As a matter of fact, I don't think that I'm going to be traveling much more.
What's your concern about the...
I just think that it's a violation. I just don't think that we should be doing that sort of a thing. You know, we're so fearmongers is what we are. And we're fearful of this, we're fearful of that. And why? You know, if we're going to have bombers, they're going to get here somehow, or not necessarily on planes. And when they start taking little old men with canes and start frisking them, it's ridiculous. It's just utterly ridiculous.
Well, thank you for your time. How about you lovely ladies? How do you feel about the naked body scanners at the airport?
You know, it's not my biggest concern in the world.
Are you a frequent flyer?
Sorta. No.
Do you have any safety concerns, maybe about radiation exposure?
Not particularly. I got a lot of radiation from my cell phone.
Are we okay with this?
I see you guys gathering, so I was just wondering what...
Oh, understood. We're just checking with our public affairs officer.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
I support security.
You support security?
That's it.
Do you have any concerns maybe about health risks?
Nah, you know what? We've got enough health risks. People just don't realize it.
Thanks.
You know what? Big business wants it that way.
focus on things that we can control and focus less on things that we can't control.
I feel we can control them. If enough people say no to these things, they'll go away. I mean,
if enough of you guys come out here and promote the other side of it.
Off for sure.
I don't really care. You know, here's the thing. People that don't want to do it, they can go someplace else and get checked in and not screw it up for anybody else that wants to get on the airline.
Somebody who flies 4 times a week.
They need to have aprons, lead aprons.
Well, how are they going to see under your clothes if you got a lead apron on? You're aware you have a right to privacy, and is that something that you think that is being violated by going through these X-ray machines?
No.
You don't think your privacy is violated?
No.
You want to get naked with me right now?
Where? Let's go.
I'll give you the microphone.
Okay, let's go.
Concerned about people seeing my naughty bits, even if they are in another room, it's someone I don't know, and my naughty bits are reserved for people who get the pleasure of seeing my naughty bits.
So how do you feel about your daughter having to go through these and the TSA getting to check her out?
I'm okay with that.
Would you mind if she stripped down right now and joined us?
You're not the TSA, though.
If I was 8 years old and people wanted to check me out naked, my dad would have had a problem with it.
Extreme on the strip search.
So do you personally, do you support body scanners or not?
Well, I do. I don't have to go through them, but yeah, I can see where people get a little offended by it.
Well, this issue came about because of the underwear bomber, but you realize the underwear bomber didn't even have a passport. What do you think the likelihood of getting on an international flight without a passport would be in most people's cases?
Not too likely, not too likely.
These are the radiation-proof brand from Rocky Flats Gear. They keep your jewels safe from the radiation and the body scanners. That's what we're here talking to people about, is those body scanners. How do you feel about those?
I'm not going through one.
If you would opt out of the body scanner, and you're okay with the enhanced pat-down procedure?
I'm not okay with that either, but what are your options?
I don't like them one bit.
Yeah. What's your issue? Is it a safety concern, a privacy concern?
Yeah, safety and privacy. And I think it's an erosion of our civil liberties.
Well, I mean, you know, they're just trying to keep us safe, and they want to make sure nobody has a bomb on them.
It's security theater.
Wake up to the facts. Look what's going on around you. Look what's happened since 9/11. These security measures are aimed at us, the American people.
This guy's been watching us all day.
Which one? This guy right here. Hey, buddy, how's it going, man? Oh, pretty good. So, what do you think about these body scanner issue going on here in the airports around the country?
I think they suck, dude.
Yeah?
I've been watching you guys here all day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's your beef with the body scanner issue on a personal level?
It's just a bunch of perverts trying to see you naked, man.
Yeah?
You know? That's all it is, dude.
All right, thanks for your time, man.
Nice.
You got Rocky Flats?
I put it on and went through it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, did they make a comment about your undergarment?
No, they didn't seem to notice it at all.
Did you do that as a protest or political statement or safety issue?
Reporter. It was for a news story for Channel 4.
Oh, excellent.
Curious, how did you hear about the event today?
Opt-out day on the web, and I had already decided that I would not go through the machine and I would not have an aggressive pat-down, and I thought if I could come out today and be counted as a person who wouldn't do that, I wanted to do it.
What is your issue with that?
Well, first of all, I think it's a violation of the constitutional rights. I've always thought that this whole aviation theater was pretty ridiculous, but they just crossed a line when they're exposing people to radiation, stripping them bare, and giving them aggressive pat-downs. So everyone was very professional, very nice. I can't find any fault with that. They escorted me out. I went back and got a refund on my ticket. So now we're going to go have lunch.
A lot of Americans today on the move, and DIA was certainly no exception. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ron Zappola.
And I'm Libby Weaver. More than 161,000 passengers flew in and out of Denver's airport today, but fears of gridlock because of the TSA's new pat-down requirements never materialized. Fox 31's Hendrik Sabrandi is there with our top story. Hendrik?
Libby, this was supposed to be National Opt-Out Day, a day when passengers upset about intrusive security screenings tied up the travel system. But it didn't happen. Didn't happen here. A DIA was a problem-free day here instead. Some feared this Thanksgiving Eve would be particularly nasty, with long lines made longer by passengers protesting new TSA security procedures.
We are here much earlier than we would normally be here because I was concerned about lines, but it doesn't look so bad at all.
Instead, those full-body scanners and pat-downs caused only a ripple.
That's unconstitutional.
A handful of protesters educated people about their rights.
The Fourth Amendment violations that are going on here on the part of TSA.
I let them know that they have the right to opt
opt out of this, and I also informed them, like I said, that they have a right to travel per the Constitution. They have a right to privacy.
Thought about wearing a bathrobe, help out, speed out the process with TSA.
Passengers may not be thrilled by this up-close and personal approach.
I think that a lot of us are having to go through a lot of stuff that we really don't need to, that our government can make some better decisions about that.
So we reestablish this Constitution, we're not going anywhere. We have to wake up, that's the bottom line. Wake up to the facts. Look what's going on around you. Most of us are asleep right now. When we wake up to the awareness of who we are as a humanity and the potential that we have with consciousness and awareness, we will be going to the stars.